This is just a test, testing 1, 2, 3. I'm testing 1, 2, 3. Can anyone hear me? Hi everyone, it is I, Heather. Just want to do another sound check. Can you all hear me? Howdy, Laura. I take that you can hear me loud and clear. Excellent. Okay, let me turn down. I'm just sitting here getting everything organized here, and I'm going to go ahead and flip on the live show here. Can anyone hear me now? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and recap everything again. Okay. So for those of you, just go ahead and bear with me. Okay, I am working today on Lost Souls, which is available on my Patreon for free. I have 3 tiers, tier 1, 2, and 3 for $1, $5, and $10. Great rewards in each month. I'm working on Procreate on my iPad Air, and this is, I can't remember now if I told you, Lost Souls. This is a streamlined version of Lost Souls Carousel. The original drawing, which has skeletons and stuff down here, which I took out for this demonstration today, is available in my shop, Color of Love shop, so you can go ahead and get the other image there. Now, I am doing digital. That does not mean that those of you who printed it out already from my Patreon, thank you for doing so, and thank you for being my Patreon members. You can go ahead and color this. Just because I'm coloring digital doesn't mean you cannot color normally, okay, with colored pencils or markers. Getting a cup of my tea here. That all works, okay? And you're probably sitting there going, how can you, if you're doing it digital with all the fancy effects? And yes, I have to say, I love all my brushes, okay? And I was showing you before, which I'm sure you were watching the screen. Those are all my brushes. I download brushes for free. I am like a little brush junkie, like a kid in a candy store. I gotta have them. Never know when you can use them. But anyway, let's say you're coloring this image, and you can color it any way you want, okay? I'm going to be coloring her as a ghost, okay? Naturally, it's Halloween, and I haven't done a ghost. Can you believe that? This is my 7th annual Lady Heather-o-ween, and I've never done a ghost on cam. How funny is that, and weird? But anyway, you're using white paper. Like I showed you, and I'm sure you probably didn't hear this, Canson My Tints has beautiful, like 24 shades of this amazing 360-pound cardstock. This happens to be their aqua color. You can get it in any color. And that way, you already have your background in. Okay? It saves on your colored pencils. You don't have to, or your markers, don't have to lay in a background. And what you would just use is whites and light blues and stuff on your ghost to create that ethereal image. Okay? Here, I have it on white and black, which I was going to go ahead and outline it. Let's see. Hold on a second. Now it came back. Okay, so everyone can hear. Okay, anyway, just wanted to check that. Thanks, Tom, for popping on in. Anyway, he gave me a shout out of what to do from afar. So, yes, we have gremlins. Those of you who are on my Patreon, you should already be hearing about the ghosts and gremlins, okay, from my Lady Heather-o-ween Days of Halloween thing, and there's more to come. Just listen, this month has just not been a good month. Anyway, we'll get into that while I draw. But while I'm doing this, okay, I need to put, I don't want the ghost to be outlined in black like a coloring book page, okay? So I'm going to have to do it again, make her more transparent. I'm going to have to outline her in white, but I need to put in the background. So as I was doing, we already have the original background layer. I never mess with that. Whenever you upload into Procreate and start, you always have your background color. I leave it in white. I'll make my own background. which I did. I labeled this dark sky. So what I need to do is I need to move it right above the background and underneath my inked outline that I have so far. If I don't put the layer down here, what's going to happen is I'm going to be coloring all over my lines and I'm not going to be able to see my image. This way, I can go ahead and I'm going to select a color here. And this is just going to be temporary here, okay? I'm going to choose kind of a light color, somewhat, so I can see. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to grab the airbrush. And for those of you who airbrush or have ever airbrushed, I have to say this is really fun. Think of a virtual brush as nothing more than a real brush. Okay, I know that sounds so silly. Voila. Now I have my dark sky layer, which is my own background. You can call it whatever you want. Okay, and it's filled in. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get a new layer. And I'm going to bump this layer up. And I'm going to move it all the way up here above my layer 1, 2, and 3, which is my sketch, my inking in, and my other inking in. Inking in. My inked layers. There we go. Don't mind my talking. Hey, Carl, how are you? And for those of you who are wondering why I am not showing my face, we had technical difficulties. So, that camera was working last night. It's not, and my assistant couldn't get it up and running, whether it's OBS or just say it's another gremlin. We're going to have that fixed tonight. So we're going to party hardy tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here for my Halloween birthday bash. And we got to talk about that because you guys get to decide what image I'm going to do tomorrow. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, now that I have my layer in, I'm going to go ahead and put this in as white sketch. Okay, because everything is going to go in white here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my pencil. I'm going to change my brush. And I'm going to go to inking here. And I'm going to use my studio pen. So now I'm all set. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink in, I'd say probably about a 2. Might go a 3. 3%. Okay. And now watch. So now I'm on top of my layer. Okay. And look, I love this. Delete, delete, delete. Okay. So now, matter of fact, I'm even going to drop this down to 2%. I'm going to enlarge in this, and you do this by putting your 2 fingers down and just kind of spreading it out. You can hold it and you can move it just like this. Shrink it, turn it, do whatever you want. It's so much fun. It really is fun. If those of you, hang on a second. I got to show you something. If those of you want to try digital and don't, let's say, hey, you don't want to go ahead and pay for, a fancy tablet and all this kind of stuff, you can do something really cool for like $60 US dollars, and you can get a Parblo Intangbo graphic design table or graphic drawing table. This thing is like $60. It comes with a pen. No, I haven't broken it in yet, but I'm trying to open this up. This would hook up to your computer. It even hooks up to your phone. Hear me now. It hooks up to your phone. But the best part about this, you know what my favorite color is, right? Check this out. It has a purple pen, and if you can see this, it's really lilac. This is it. This is a lilac tablet. They even have it in black, and I think they have it in gray. Don't hold me to that one. But it's got all your controllers here, and you draw on this, which I know is going to be really hard for me because you're not going to see what you're drawing or coloring on, but you're going to have to watch your computer screen. But this is such an economical way to get into doing your digital coloring, and I'll be showing you this during the holiday season how to use this. I've been really running behind. I've had, let's see, what all has gone on this month. For those of you who follow me on Patreon know, and I'll talk and outline while I'm talking here. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to outline this real quick. Now don't worry about the black underneath or anything like that. And before I forget, because this October has really been pretty messed up for me to say the least, I started out being sick with bronchitis. Now most of you know, when am I normally sick? Halloween. On my birthday. It never fails, okay? This time I was sick the end of September. I'm just now really getting over my bronchitis, okay? And I'm still coughing. Dealt with that. Then while I was getting better, my 21-year-old Shih Tzu, 21 and 6 months, Leopold. And for those of you who follow me, know about my little Leopold. There's Leopold, who's 21 and a half, Bella, who's 16, and Lilybug, aka Bug, who is she's 8. They're just my little fur babies. Anyway, I lost my train of thought because I was sitting here trying to see what my dog was doing, one of them. Let's see. While I was sick, Leo got really super sick. And, I mean, it was not looking good, okay? He has sprung back into action, basically, I want to say probably about 90%. But it wasn't looking good at all. At all. Isn't that so cool? Look at that white. And I know for some reason, I hope it's not on my monitor here for my cam. It's coming out like it's turquoise, and it's really like a dark lavender. So purplish, or almost like a dark violet. So I hope you're seeing the background right now. But anyway, so I got him nursed him back to health. He's doing okay. And Bella, the 16-year-old, the one who snores all the time, for those of you who watched my videos and my other shows, Bella always comes in and snores. Well, she's kind of given up her snoring, and she's lost her vision. So, and on top of that, she can't hear anymore. So, October has not been a good month. And then we had technical difficulties. For some reason, the capture card, I guess, which is known to burn up, okay, did that. Lost a USB cord, and it's just something that it does. We got that running, and now today, come to find out that the other camera, or my webcam that shows on me, which I think you guys really like, I might be wrong, but yeah, my face cam is not working, was not reading. So we're going to get that up and running, or my assistant will. I am so not tech savvy. I truly am not. I can't stand computers, but you can't live without them anymore. So I'm just outlining this. We'll be done here in no time. I'm really concerned just more about the general outlines here. Like I said, if you say something on chat, give me time to catch up with it if I don't see it, because I don't have enough eyeballs on all my screens here. I'll message it back. Let's see. Thank you, Dion, for the birthday. Yeah, we're going to party hardy tomorrow. Don't forget, those of you who are joining me, you need to have your virtual Halloween costumes ready. So use your imagination and just be creative and get your Halloween ideas. You don't have to dress up. You just kind of have to dress up in your head and let me know what it is. That's an annual tradition. I can't believe it's been 7 years. Anyway, so that was basically what my October's been like. And right now, I'm babysitting. I have some busy bones. The dogs are chewing. Bella, Leo is just resting right now, which is fine. This is his nap time. But I'm kind of babysitting and listening to what kind of trouble Bella and Matt can get into. Life with a blind dog, and that is so different. I have literally bumper guarded bookcases and everything. You're not going to believe this. I went to the dollar store and bought those fun noodles. Seriously. In various colors. This is around the edge of my desk so she can't run into corners. And around the bookcases, I've literally sliced it and slid it on. So I don't mean to laugh, it's so sad, but I can't have her hitting the hard bookcase, you know? So these are like her bumper pads. And it works. I don't know. I had one of the fun noodles because I was using it for my diamond painting. And I know that sounds crazy, but if you put it down on, I have my diamond painting like on an easel, and you put it down at the bottom of your easel where your arms sit, it makes a nice little cushy rest. But anyway, on your wrist. And I'm like, I wonder if these fun noodles would work. And guess what? They work. So, yeah. Get this horse's skull in here. You know, this is one of my older images, and I was in my Midnight Carnival mode here. And I'm like, you know what? I need to draw a ghost. And it's like, I'm in the mood for this. Let me draw in his spine real quick. And then we're going to get rid of these black lines. So if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. I may not be following this perfectly, but I'm just getting the general gist of it in. I have to say the white is kind of blinding, and I'm going to fix that here real soon. It does kind of look wicked with the black coming underneath it. Going to put in his spine. Going to add his tail. Oh, missed part of her dress. Okay, I'm really not too worried about that. We'll get his spine in here. And that. And let me just rough in his hair. Now, let's say you're doing this on your paper, and let's say you're doing it maybe on black cardstock. The dogs have literally gone really, really quiet here. And they're all asleep. Hold on a second. How perfect. I checked on Mr. Leo. They're all asleep like perfect little angels. Yay! I have fun noodles taped on the edge of my desk. Yes, they work. I know that sounds, they're like the greatest thing. They're just floaties for kids. Okay? The little fun noodles in the pools, but they work on so much cool things around the house. I have like one of each color. But anyway, so Depends what I need. I guess I need to change out my colors. But yeah, they really come in handy for a lot of things. So I'm glad I'm not the only one who uses fun noodles. And I shouldn't say a buck anymore. They're a buck 25 because everything in the world is gone up. But anyway, whoop. But if you were doing this like in black cardstock, before I got sidetracked there, you would want to outline this not with a pencil, okay? You would want to either transfer it with a white pencil, a white colored pencil, or maybe a white General's charcoal pencil. Or if your paper wasn't that heavy and you didn't have like a projector or something to blow it up, or use the good old-fashioned transfer sheets that you can buy like at Hobby Lobby for like last time I bought them they were $5, so let's just say $6 to $7 now because of inflation. um, you can buy literally white transfer paper. You lay it down. For those of you who used to type and probably around my age, you know, the good old-fashioned typewriters when you have the carbons, it's basically a white carbon paper, okay? You lay it down and you can transfer your image on it. You lay your image that you printed out. There's your black sheet of paper or blue sheet of paper. Lay the white transfer paper down. Then lay your image that you printed out on top and trace it. And then when you lift it off, mind you, do not press hard. That's not the key. It's not going to transfer any more over there, that white onto that colored paper, okay? Just because you use pressure. Using pressure is going to indent your paper, and then you're going to have another mess on your hands when you're using colored pencils, okay? Because your colored pencils are going to kind of glaze right over that indent, and that's going to create a bigger problem. So now I have it outlined in pretty much. Get a couple of those lines in. Got the tail. Now I'm going to go up here to the layer, and I'm going to go bip and remove that layer. And voila, we have it here. Now I also noticed I couldn't find my glove. Why not, right? It wouldn't be a live show or anything if it went normal, okay? I couldn't find my 2-finger glove, which is used to keep your two little fingers from marking up the paper. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back and erase where my little finger had picked up. So now we have this image on this blue background or blue paper, okay? And there it is. So, okay, no problem. So I wasn't on my sheet totally, but that's okay. There, it works now. So, I just cracked myself up. Anyway, if I do substitute words, for those of you who are new, I have MS, okay? And sometimes my brain fog just substitute words, so just kind of go with it and we laugh it off, okay? Just a fair warning in advance. Anyway, okay, so there's that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my white sketch layer. This comes in handy if you are doing tablets or using your tablets to have your layers marked, because I know that this is the white sketch, okay? And I'm going to come here because for some reason it is a little blinding. Check this out. Now, she's not as blinding, and she's kind of ghostly and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so with that being said, oh, and getting back to the fun noodles before I forget, for those of you who don't know, or for those of you who do know, then you're already one step ahead. My artwork is being turned into diamond paintings from the Diamond Art Club. Brilliant company, amazing quality. I couldn't be more pleased. I already have 2 paintings, Magical Sea Friends, and that is the little Hold on a second. Lilybug. That is my Little Mermaid. Ha! Look at, yeah, I'm putting another plug in here. That is my Little Mermaid. I don't know if you can see her really good. This sold out within a couple of hours. That's the one that I've been working on. And a lot of you have wondered, how can I do it with my hands sometimes when it's back, or when they're really bad? I use the tweezers and not the little pin to lay down the drill bits. And it works so well, and it's such a great stress relief. And the funny thing is, when I'm sitting here, I mean, I painted the original picture. And when I'm painting it with the diamonds, laying it in, it's like a whole new painting for me. And it is just so wild. But anyway, then that one sold out. They just released, and this one is available. I've just opened it up to look at it, and I'm not going to do that though. But let me see. Can you see? It's Phoebe and Beauregard's Sea Tots. And it's now available. It's in the shop at Diamond Art Club. And this is round. I starred just a little itty bitty corner of this. I'm kind of the square girl for those of you who do diamond painting. But it is so much fun. They are beautifully packaged. The quality of the canvas is great. And yeah, I had to tell you about this. So I'm so super excited. And I'm sure there'll be more paintings coming out in the future. So that was another little shameless plug there. So anyway, so let's get back to this. I'm going to go ahead and excuse me, we're going to create another layer here. And I'm not worried about the background now, because the background will change, but we have our little dark sky background, and we can do that after we get the ghost image in. So what I want to go ahead and do is I want to go ahead and start laying in some of the shadows. So I'm going to go ahead and put this as shadows. And for shadows, for those of you working on the tablets, I'm going to go ahead and put this as multiply. But you know what? Hang on a second. I'm going to change. Don't do that. Don't follow me. I want to lay in some color first. Hang on. I'm ahead of myself one step. Let me find normal. There we go. Hold on. Going to change this, rename this to base color. Okay. And you do not have endless amounts of layers on this, by the way. I think you can lay down like 28 of these layers, but you can also kind of cheat the system. I hate to say that, but you can make little groups, and that expands your layer usage. We're not going to have to, because there's not going to be that many colors in this. So what I want to do is I want to go back here. What do I want to do? Airbrushing. I'm going to kind of go soft brush. And I'm not going to go white. I'm trying to get the perfect like shade here where I can see. I'm going to drop the opacity. Now there's two ways of dropping the opacity. You can do it here, or you can do it here with this, okay? I like doing it with a pencil first, because then I can see what I'm doing. And let me see the brush. That's almost a white. Let me go back and darken that just a tad. Matter of fact, I'm going to change the color here. Going to change my brush size. All right, I like that. Okay, I'm going to drop the brush. Oh, I'm going to leave it here. Okay, we are up above, so this is going to go ahead and I'm going to have to drop it back here underneath the white sketch, because I want those white lines still to show right now. And I'm going to go ahead and add some of the highlights. Now, you can also control your pencil here by how hard you're pressing on it. And there are pressure things on here that you can adjust in setting. But if you ease up, just like when you're using your colored pencils or markers, if you light off the, or let up on the pressure of the pencils and that, you'll soften your colors down. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, okay? But what I want to do is I want to lay in a little bit of this, and let's get some of the base colors in. Now, before I forget, while I'm working on this, tomorrow is my birthday show. I hope all of you can join. Gonna widen this up a little bit here. I have 2 images in mind. Now, mind you, since everything kind of like happened in October, I'm going to do a couple live shows in November. I will be running a Day of the Dead show on November 1st. And then probably on November 2nd, whatever image that I don't do for my Halloween birthday party, I'm probably going to do. So keep that in mind. Let's see. So these are your options. I'm in a really, really dark mode, okay? And I have a really, really cool image of a demented candy concession stand area from like my midnight carnival, okay? And I could do that, and there's the carnival or the candy shop owner there. We'll leave it at that. I don't want to surprise anything, but I'm really excited about that. That would be done digitally, which I really kind of want to do for tomorrow, I guess. I'm kind of in a sweet mode. Or I know a lot of you like Rhodey, okay? And Rhodey the squirrel, for those of you who don't know, is a demented, well, he is demented now. He was this little squirrel that Carl had, didn't have as a pet. Carl and his wife, the squirrel took up residency at their house, and like would throw pine cones and dump pine cones after he chewed them up all over. Just a little nuisance, okay? Got into the bird feeders and that. Well, with Carl's help, we made it and turned it into a story, okay? And that was on one of my live Halloween shows. I think it was 2 years ago. And Rhodey and his friends used to hang out, as the story goes, at Pinecone Cafe. And lo and behold, one day a meteor came and hit the little restaurant, the little diner, and Rhodey was trapped inside, and he got superpowers, like major superpowers. He grew really, really big, okay? And he kind of like zombified him. Well, he was killed when the meteor crash hit, but he was zombified, okay? So now Rhodey and the Pinecone Cafe are back in business. I'm just going to leave this to you. And Rhodey has a special place now. So I can resurrect Rhodey. He would be done with markers. I guess I could do them digitally too, but markers and stuff are fun to do. And that would be something that if I don't do on Halloween, then because I really want to do the candy shop. I'm already making up your decision, okay? But if you want Rhodey instead, I do that. Hold on, my finger. See? See what happens when you don't have your special glove? Your little pinky starts drawing stuff. Kind of widen this here a little bit. And you can see I'm just kind of roughly layering this in. Nothing too fancy. Shrink that down a little bit. And widen it up here. Remember, if you're doing it on white paper, you're going to utilize the white as your highlights. And you're going to shade in various areas. On your paper. Woo! Starting to look spooky. Yeah, Rhodey. Yeah, Rhodey will be back either the 31st or the 2nd. But if you want Rhodey tomorrow, I can make him happen. Now, what just happened? Ha! We just... I just lost my blue. Yes, I did. It's a little too green. Hold on a minute. That's going to be a little too blue. That's still too green. Usually it would pick up in the history, and lo and behold, it didn't. And I know there's a way to pick it up, but don't ask me how to do that right this second. Yes, I know. Hold on a minute. Hey, I'm working on this. This is a work in progress. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, you let me know what you want, a demented concession candy thing, or Rhodey. Now you can see how already this is really taking on a very unique look. The background color isn't bad, actually. But you can see I'm just layering it in. I don't really care if I go outside the lines right now. Oh, I know, right, Marianne? Let's see. All right. So that's looking really kind of creepy as it is right now. And that's kind of fun. Missed a little here. All right. Ooh. Getting into the Halloween thing here. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rename this, and we're going to go back to our multiply layer here, and we're going to call this shadows. Technically it does the shadow or the shading for you. You really don't need to change the color here, but I want to change the color on my own. And it's going to go ahead and pick up its own like shade. And I know that's hard to bring Rhodey back. Okay, we'll do Rhodey tomorrow, but I'm still going to do the candy shop on the 2nd. I have this dying urge. And no, it's not because I watched the movie Candyman, okay? That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Anyway, we got to talk about movies too. Oh, don't do this. Come on. There we go. Whoa. You see? We're not even that dark, and this is what it did. The multiply. So I need to lighten this up. See? I still need to lighten it up some more. It is not the color I want. Oh, that's good. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and lay in. I'm going to stick with the soft airbrush and drop down the opacity here. You know what? I'm not. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Make sure I'm on the right layer. We're still underneath the white sketch, okay? So, and we're above the base color. So let me check that. We're good. Gonna open this up a little bit. And I'm getting my light source in. Well, my shadows in. Preserving my light source. Okay, so Rhodey it is. You'll be amazed at what happened to Rhodey over the last couple years. I'm using the soft airbrush here, like I said, and we're going to lay in. I'm even going to go over his hair here. It really doesn't matter. I want that shadow to come in. When you do ghosts like this, they're see-through, right? So you want to make sure that you have that see-through thing all the way around consistently. And you can see I'm underneath that white sketch. Now let me show you something. So let's say I want to see what's going on. There it is right now without the white. Okay, go ahead and put the white on, and there you go. And this is just the dark shadows. Remember, when you're coloring ghosts, the cool thing is ghosts don't have to be perfect because they have that, you know, that fog around them. So keep that in mind when you are coloring ghosts or anything. You don't have to stay exactly in the lines. Just let it, just feel it and let it go. Now you're probably wondering, why did I add that base color? Because it is blending with that other color, the one that I'm adding on to right now. Coloring digitally is, well, I want to say just like coloring on colored pencils. It is kind of, okay, but yet with digital, you have a delete button where if you oopsie something, that comes in handy. Really, really handy. I love the delete button. So it's almost like coloring. Get his saddle and stuff on there. Gonna do the bones. Whoop. Ow. Oop. Back up. Wrong side of the bone. Now it's already got a nice glow going on, but you ain't seen nothing yet. So anyway, have you already got your Halloween costumes decided in your head for tomorrow? That's a good question to ask. Gonna get the nice shading here on his face. Go ahead and color that eyeball in, get his nostril. Get underneath here to his jaw. And where his teeth would be. Get where his spine is there. Now don't tell your costume though. Oh, you do? How exciting. Rhodey has a special place in your heart. Well, I'm glad he does. For those of you who don't know who Rhodey is, hold on a minute. Let me see if I can grab him. And I don't even know. I don't think Rhodey is around much, or a new one has taken place. This is Rhodey. This is what happened. The squirrel. When we did this during my live stream, you can still see it. It's up and running from a couple years ago. This is what happened to poor zombie Rhodey. So, that is Rhodey the squirrel. And once again, got to thank Carl and Judith for letting me know about Rhodey. Okay, I'm going to work on her face a little bit. Just because they're ghosts doesn't mean you can't shade in their faces, okay? You just don't want to color them all in white. You have to add dimension to them. And if it's too thick in one area or hard, you can always take the smudge tool, this little finger up here, and you can smudge the colors around. Yes, it's so much fun. I'm not going to lie. At first, I was really skeptical about digital painting, going, I am such a traditional girl, and don't get me wrong, there is nothing better than getting your hands and on a brush and on in the paints and that'll always be my first love. But there are so many more options and stuff that you can do with digital. It's like a whole nother world. Now I'm paying attention to the hair. You want to watch the strands of hair that are set further back, okay? That's where you're going to really pay attention to here, because you want some of these strands to be off in the distance. Just like you would be if you're coloring this. Now watch. Let's say it's too dark, okay? Remember that opacity? This is when you want to change the opacity. Look at, I basically just changed this. And if I go back up to the normal opacity, there we go. Everything is dark again. So you have two different things you got to keep in mind here when you're doing this. The opacity brush, or do you want to do the whole entire layer? And something like this, it's better to work with the layer than with the brush just in that one area. Just food for thought. Going to go ahead and get his saddle here. I'm going to widen my brush here a little bit. I'm going to show you that opacity here. Maybe it's a little too wide. Or not the opacity, the smudge brush. That layer goes in the back, that layer goes in the back. I'm going to add a little layer here. Now watch. I just smudged it out. I know, it's the little things that just amuse me, truly. See? Going to go ahead and add a little crease there in her. Get her hand, her shadows. Open it up a little bit. Whoop, not too big. Hold it. Thank you, finger. Whoop, eraser won't help there. Too big. Back. And you can hear I'm actually sketching on the tablet, which is fine. It's a mind over matter thing. Don't think that you can't sketch or anything on this. Just feel it, pretend it's paper. And once you start doing that with this, trust me, it's hard to imagine never doing this digitally. Now it sounds funny because we talked about me not being computer savvy. I am so not computer savvy. I just jumped on in and did this. Okay. And every day you learn when you're doing, I'm smudging, by the way. Every day when you do this and you're coloring and all this kind of stuff, you learn. I'm constantly learning with this. There's always something new I've discovered, and it's just a whole new world. There we go. I sang. Don't laugh. I know my voice is bad. But anyway, so let's talk about horror movies here. Are any of you pleased at the selection of horror movies that have come out this year? Because I am so not. And for those of you who know me, I've watched one episode of the last few shows left to The Walking Dead. And you know I've been a huge Walking Dead fan. Hold on, need to check on the puppies. Hang on a second, I hear Mr. Leo on the prowl. Hey, buddy. Okay. He's doing okay. There we go. Thank you for bearing in with me on that. Let's see. Do a little more here on this mane. I mean, okay. I'm not going to do any spoilers, but I mean, The Walking Dead, actually, I was such a huge Walking Dead fan, and I am so a Negan fan. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I am just like, yes, okay? I didn't like Negan at first, but they hadn't given him enough screen time from what I've seen this season, and it's just kind of la da 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 da. Although he has his new season, his new show coming out, which I can't wait. I'm looking forward to that. How cool is this? This is really looking creepy. I didn't want it to be too creepy, but it's looking really creepy. And the thing is, I'm kind of digging the white outline on this. I really, really am. And I may just leave it. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But anyway, back to horror shows and horror movies. Now, I'm not a huge Michael Myers person. If I had my mind between Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger, I am Freddy Krueger all the way. Okay? Because you can't kill something that's in a dream. Okay? And Freddy Krueger, well, Robert Englund, he's just awesome. I know, right? Negan rules. I mean, look at this. You'll appreciate this, Dion. Hang on a minute. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I mean, come on. It sits on the top of my desk. Okay, I'm really bad. I'm really bad. Anyway, but anyway, I'm a Freddy Krueger person, okay? And I know there's a lot of people out there with Michael Myers, and I watch Halloween, don't get me wrong. Every Halloween, we watch Halloween, the original. Well, if you don't know, last year Halloween Kills, I believe that was the name of the movie, and then this year Halloween Ends. I'm not gonna tell you how it ends, okay? But they should have, my opinion, they should have left it last year at last year's show. Last year's movie. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it at that. And then, I also heard something in the news. Robert Englund, and I know he's up there in age, okay? But he's Freddy Krueger, right? So he would have a mask on or makeup and all that kind of stuff. He doesn't want to play Freddy Krueger anymore, okay? Which is, that's his prerogative. And you know who he wants to be a replacement? I'm asking this first. How many of you have heard who he wants to replace and play the next Freddy Krueger? This blew my mind. This might have been just a misprint or something that I read, because I'm still having a hard time believing this. I'll wait a couple minutes for you to get your answers in if you know. In the meantime, I'm just fine-tuning some of these. Whoop, that was a smudge. Shadows here, so I have the hair in. Funny thing is, when you start coloring an image, sometimes it starts doing stuff by itself when you least suspect it. Oh, I know, right? Yes. I'm like that too. Did you watch The Unholy with him? That movie rocked. It really did. And it was all because of JDM. Yes. Granted, I didn't like Negan when he came out, and I'm not going to repeat the line here on YouTube, okay? The whole baseball bat thing. But I kind of, after watching it like time, no, not Will Smith. Here it is. Drum roll. Kevin Bacon. Now think hard about that. Kevin Bacon playing Freddy Krueger. I'm sorry. I just don't see it. Nothing wrong. Kevin Bacon is a brilliant actor. I just don't see it. Gonna darken in her eyes. Matter of fact, I'm going to change gear here. I'm going to go with a darker. Oh, sorry about that. Yes, Laura, it'll be out. I promise you, it'll be out within the first couple weeks of November. I am just finishing the pictures. I had some really, really darker images, and I know I'm probably going to scare you guys. I have all these wonderful ideas of dark images, and I mean really dark images, and I figure that you guys would go, what was Heather thinking? So I shy away from them because I don't want to scare you. Definitely don't want to throw in too many spiders or anything like that, because you guys don't like spiders. Well, neither do I. But drawing them is different. I don't know. Remind you, I'm still in the shade of blue. I just darkened it. Yeah, I don't see it. I do not see Kevin Bacon at all in that. Nope, 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 nope. Now I'm being really picky here as to where I'm laying in this darker blue. I'm still on the multiply shade, okay? Or a layer. That has not changed. I'm going to smudge this out. I love the smudge button. I think I've already said that. Whoop, that was eraser. Back up. Smudge. I figure if I go really too ultra scary, you would just be like, ugh. And I think, Laura, I'm not sure if I know you like the oh, I can't think of her name. Elfie. She's the more adult fairy. Elvie. I see her name now. I think you know what I'm talking about. She normally sits on like a snow globe and has flowers, had a wine glass. There was a whole set of them. I did. That's going to be released in a book too. I have a couple gnome books coming out. I've kind of backed up all these things while I was taking care of Leo and that. My hands, oh, by the way, check this out. My hands are doing so much better, so I'm really back into drawing the images again, as you can see, if those of you who follow me on Facebook and that. So I'm having more good days. That's a positive thing. So yeah, I have a bunch of books. I have like 15 books waiting to come out. So as you can see here, just with a various shade of blue, and it's still just a, yeah, various shade of the same blue. I'm fine-tuning this. I'm going to grab my smudge. We're adding a little more depth to this. Ghosts can be so much fun to paint. And not because they're spooky. I don't like spooky ghosts. We were watching something the other night. Probably the best thing that's out on TV right now for horror movies is Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. I believe that's the name of it. Oh my, that is so good. 8 episodes. It's on Netflix. Watched 2 of them last night. Didn't go in the order. But for those of you who like The Walking Dead, I believe Andrew Lincoln is in one of the episodes. So that's kind of cool. Getting around this little horse's hooves. Gonna smudge again. And just out of curiosity, let's see how we're doing. I'm going to go ahead and release the white. And see, now you can also play with it like here, and you can work it out in some areas and see how strong some of those areas are. You can smudge, smudge, smudge. So it's fun to see it in different forms while you're coloring. I'm going to go ahead and put the white lines back on here. Get that going here. Okay, yeah, I'm going to smudge this. Well, you really are all quiet today. I'll take that as a good thing. You're really into watching. Let's go back here. Open this up a little bit. And if I saw a haunted carousel like this going by, I think I would literally run for the hills. Yeah, but if you haven't checked out on Netflix the Cabinet of Curiosities, oh, do so. You'll definitely want to have your lights on too. I literally watched, I think it was episode 7, 1 and 7 last night. It had Rupert Grint in it from, Ron Weasley from Harry Potter. I adore, he is just a great actor. And after seeing him last night, I mean, yeah, it gives you a whole new perspective. And he's also in Apple's really creepy um, original show, The Servant. And that's coming back on January 13th for their final season. That is definitely a very, very bizarre show. Good, but really bizarre. We're coming along nicely here. And there goes my finger again. Smudge, smudge. All right. Man, you're all quiet. Let me know you're all still here. Okay, gonna darken up here. Gotta make her face pop a little bit out of this. There we go. Get her hat. And we're going to pull it down. This is very different for me. Normally I'm a very bright colorist, but see, sometimes doing stuff out of your norm. Oh, those are fun. I haven't messed with my dyes in a while. You know what? I don't know why I just did that. I'm going to go out, and now see, if you can't see what you're doing, you can go ahead and blow it up a little bit. Give her a little bit of dimension on her face. Not much. Just a hint. Yeah, smudge that out. Erase that. Erase. Come on. There we go. I have to say, this is kind of creeping me out doing this. One of the scariest movies I found with ghosts and that, besides The Insidious, those are like the best horror movies. Lin Shay, I think is her name. The older lady in that, she is just awesome. Um, The Haunting, that movie there, and the others. Oh, that just freaks me out. And the one from Sixth Sense. We'll just leave it at that. The one scene with the girl and the tent. I'm not gonna ruin it. Just that just freaks me out. I'm gonna open up this brush a little bit. See, my thumb again, or my index finger. There we go. My other thumb. It's kind of fun working when you have like monochromatic color scheme, because you can really fine tune your shadows in this, where you're not messing with and thinking, what color am I going to use here and all that. So sometimes when you do your colorings and stuff, try a monochromatic scheme, because it really makes you think outside the box with your colors. Got some really interesting shadings and stuff going on there. Let me lower that down. I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. I mean, she's really come to life. And like I said, thank you, Laura. Like I said, I really didn't want the white outline, but I'm digging the white outline. And I go back to what I was saying before. Sometimes happy little, I think it was Bob Ross said, happy little accidents work. I'm going to open this up. And smudge. Whoops, that was erase. See, the delete button comes in handy. And you can adjust your smudge too. Get that really going in there. Darkness Falls. Darkness Falls. I'm trying to remember who's in that, Dion. It sounds so familiar. Talking about jumping and all that. For those of you who follow my Patreon, have a chance to watch, I think it was day number 3 or day number 4. I'm in downtown Plymouth, Michigan's Riverside Cemetery. And when I listened to the tape, man, there was something walking. I heard somebody walking down in this ravine. or right there, and there was nothing, there was nobody there. I mean, there was literally nobody there. And it for a minute there I thought it picked up on tape, and it didn't. And I had my headset into my AirPods, so um noise canceling. But I tell you what, I had goosebumps doing that, literally. I'm also gonna be uploading Eloise. For those of you who don't know, we have one of the most, or did have one of the most uh, famous, not in a good way either, insane asylums, Eloise, which sits in Westland, Michigan. Closed in 1984. I believe it was the year 81 or 84. And right now, they I want to say they reopened it. They're using it now as a haunted attraction. It started off as a I'll go more into details on with my Patreon members, but it was purchased for $1. They're now using it as a haunted attraction. They were doing paranormal ghost tours and been in there, done that, and now it's like an amusement park. And not settling good with me, but that'll be uploaded either tonight or tomorrow for my Patreons, and you're gonna see some really cool pictures of that. Um, yeah, and I go into that. I'll just leave you with that. But that place will make you really jump. I jump at my own shadows, literally. Come in here and darken up his mane here. And I think it's going to be time to add the highlights and to mess with the background a little bit. And then I get to color dodge, which is really, really fun. Just out of curiosity, let's see what this looks like without the white. You know, it's really not looking bad without the white too. So there are I may stay with this. I don't know. Which are you guys preferring? Are you liking the white lines, or are you liking it like this? I think I could go either way. It's fun to play with it here without the white lines for a minute and kind of fine tune some of this. Sorry if I'm getting quiet on you. And thank you for bearing with me with the technical difficulties once again. At least we got the sound figured out there. I'm going to go ahead and turn back on the white layer here. I don't know. It almost gives it, with the white layer, a very cool stained glass effect. And I think I'm down with that. I really am digging that. I don't know. But let's go ahead and I'm going to switch gears here for a minute and layers, literally. Whoop. Okay, there you go. Check this out. Now it's an X-ray form. Literally. It's an X-ray form. Okay, now I have a mark on one of the layers. There we go. Check that out. I've taken away the background. I have to look up the movie. Thanks, Carl. Have a good one. Thanks for joining. Maybe see you tomorrow. Okay, let's go ahead and put this up there like that. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and work on this layer. This is the fun thing. Remember, whenever you're doing it, if it's highlighted in blue, that's the layer you're working on, because sometimes you can forget and you're working on the wrong layer. And when that happens, yeah, it really starts getting really, 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 really funky. Okay, so now we're going to play around with the layer. And I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I'm going to I don't know, what do I want to do? Okay, I'm going to make, no, I'm going to stay with this. Let's see, we're going to change brushes here. Widen this up and I'm going to drop the opacity. Ooh, that's big. Wow. I'm going to lighten this up even more. No, what I'm not. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to darken. And you know what? I'm going to take that away. I'm going to darken it with like purple. Okay, here we go. And I brought up the shading a little bit because I didn't want it to be just kind of circling, that's the word, circling the image. Okay, I wanted it to pick up in some areas where it's not a perfect circle. I don't want it to have an orb. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come in. I'm going to try a different brush here. I'm going to go into my elements. You know, cloud might not be bad at this time. Kind of open it up and I'm going to drop the opacity. I'm adding texture to this. And now we have like this background in here. Speaking about movies and ghosts, and if you want a really family, while I'm doing this, I just remembered. For those of you, I know a lot of you are, you know, not teeny boppers, I should say. uh, we grew up in the 80s and so forth. Ghostbusters. With Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray. For those of you who haven't seen, there was Ghostbusters 1 and 2 with them. Then the ladies came out and made a Ghostbusters. I don't know the actual title for that. Yeah, it was okay for me. They just did a new one with the kids, like the grandkids of one of the Ghostbusters and that. And I have to say, I think it's Ghostbusters Afterlife. The title just kind of popped into my head. It's a must. It really is a must-see. And just wow, a really great movie. Look at this. Look how creepy this is. She's just glowing. I like the fact I went with the purple and not that. And see, the whole thing is, it's really cool. Digitally, you can... No, I'm sorry. I like it with the white. There is something very cool with the white outline. It's a little stark on some areas, but I like it. I really, really like it. Okay, so now let me see if I can color dodge. I want it to glow even more. I really want it to glow more. And I may, I'm going to save that for a new layer. Thank you, Laura. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and we're doing good, an hour and a half into this, and we're pretty much, we're around the finishing thing. I'm going to drag this layer up, hold your finger and drag it up. And I'm going to go over the white sketch here. I really am in some of this. I want a little more depth into this. So I want to go ahead and I'm thinking here. I want to go back to multiply. Yep, I'm going to go back to the blue. I'm going to go light here and we're going to multiply. We're going to make this top shadow. And I'm going to start getting, if I can type here, I'm going to start getting, I'm going to put this in multiply. Multiply. All right, we're good to go here. We're above the background now. I'm going to look for, we got flames. This is a really cool brush. If you can see it. Now you can't see it on there. I'm going to go ahead and lighten this up a little more. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. You know what? I don't think it's going to be able to show. How? It's over my white layer. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's okay. I don't know what it's doing, but we're going to come back to this. I'm going to erase what I have on that, and I'm going to go with totally white. Huh. Sometimes it does glitch like that. So let's go overlay. We're going to do shadows here, or highlights. And we're going to call this top highlights. And I'm going to go like white there. Now we have our flames. And I'm going to go ahead and work on see, it is not working with me. Nope, 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 nope. Go a little bit into the white. I'm going to change brushes here. Never used smoke before. Oh, that's cool. Now that leaves the smoke, doesn't it? Ooh. I'm sitting here. Now, if that isn't a smoke color, that really was funky. Okay, now that I did that, never used that brush before. What can I say, you know? Things, things happen. I'm looking for my luminance. I don't want that yet. Let's go back to the airbrush here. Why not? Soft airbrush. Whoa. Now what I'm trying to figure out is why it is not showing. Oh, I know why. I didn't take over my overlay. Hold on. Layer 9. Overlay, top highlights, normal. There we go. Don't mind me. And I'm going to go over some of this. I don't even know if I like that. That is not the brush I'm looking for. I'm going to really fine tune it here. Drop in some of this. Smudge a little bit. And there goes my big finger again. There we go. I'm just going to drop some of this. Occasionally you want to go ahead, and it's fine to draw like the highlight down like I'm doing, but make sure you come in and break it up a little bit. Yeah, I know my thumb there. I'm going to break this up here. I'm going to add I know my smudge. Add the hair. want some on her dress here. And a little bit on the seat. And smudge, smudge, smudge. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you, Laura. All right. So see, I'm not liking taking away the white. I'm really not. There's something about it that makes it look like it's that stained glass. Still not happy with the smudge here. So I'm going to work that tail. That's the cool thing about the smudge. It's like using a pastel and getting your fingers in there and just playing with it and swirling that color around. It's the best way I can describe the smudge button, as you can see. Okay, now, I still want, what do I want? I have two options to go. I can go luminance here. And let's say, what are we going to call this? Top highlight. I think that was, okay. And I can keep it in normal. I'm going to change the brush. Watch this. Okay. Hold on a second. I need to check the puppies here. Oh, hold on a second. Belly. Okay. Mama's in here. Okay. I heard Bella, and she couldn't find her mama. She thought I was in another part of the house. So now she's in here. Funny thing is, or the weird thing I should say is, since she can't see or hear, she doesn't snore. I mean, you all know Bella was a snorer on my shows. She doesn't snore anymore. But anyway, okay, you see this? This is really a cool pen. And I really want to get in here. Except, see, I don't like the soft brush. Okay, so that's fine. I'm going to tone this down here a little bit. And I'm just going to make some of these ends light glow. A little bit of it here. And my finger again. There we go. Like I said, we're just using this as a highlight. get really quiet here toward the end. Adding a little more definition with this. And ladies and gentlemen, we are almost done. You know what? I'm going to go back to my white layer, and I am going to erase that set of bones. I don't like it. I'm going to go back up to my top layer. Didn't like it, deleted it. I'm going to go for some black. I'm going to go ahead and change layers here. I'm going to go to the top layer here. I'm just going to get some really, I can go really dark blue, almost black. Okay, what just happened? What layer am I on? I'm on neutral. Why is it doing that? Oh, I'm just going to make another layer. We'll just say dark. Well, it made his eyes glow. It's not too bad. And just darkening up some of... Oh, I know why. Oh, I'm in the wrong brush. Oh, golly, Miss Molly. Where is my brain? Okay, I'm going to go hard brush. Why not? Oh, man. No, you know what? I liked his eye glowing. I took that back. I'm all joking aside. I'm sitting here figuring out why is it not working? Hey, you gotta laugh at it, you know? All right. Still a little muddled here in insofar as the gonna darken up a couple things. I want it to stand out a little more than what it has. Got lost a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And right now we're just in the finishing stages, just kind of going over every little thing to make sure this is what you want. And let's go back and work a little bit of the hair here. Yep, my finger again. All right. Whoa. Lower that. Okay, and one more step. Two more steps actually. I'm gonna go back in here and grab that white. Go back in and grab that this pen here. Nope. Highlight her nose. Don't want her to get lost. I'm gonna shrink it down. What did I do? Okay, what layer now did I do? See, this is why you need that glove, because now I got to go back through every layer and find out what I did. Come on. Oh, work with me here. Ding! Got it. All right. All right. Gonna go back down here. I'm going to grab a little bit of that black. I'm going to grab that black. Yep, I didn't change my pen again. Hold on. Okay. And let's see. Where is that smoke? I had that smoke. Nope. Let me see that again. Whoa. Too bright. Nope. It's not going to do what I need it to do. Nope. Okay, have no fear. It was worth a try. But I know what I did. Okay, it's all right. Now I'm going to go ahead and get another layer, and I'm going to bring it all the way up to the top. I'm going to go dark. You're probably wondering why I'm going dark over this. And now, get another layer. All right, so now the horse has got some of this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color dodge this layer. Oh, yeah, that's not going to color dodge in that. Airbrush flames. Oh, yeah, I could do that. Don't mind me, I'm talking to myself here. As if you couldn't tell, right? I just had that. There we go. Color dodge makes things really light in the most unique way. if I color dodge here, come on, work with me. Nope, that's not it. Add layer. Color dodge. I know I get really quiet, and I apologize for that. Forgive me. Don't even know if I'm going to like this. You know? No. I'm good to go. Sometimes you have things in your head that you see sometimes, and sometimes whoa, 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 didn't want to do that. Like that. And I'm still going to go back one more. Back to the element, clouds, done. Oh, no, that's wicked. Okay, so I just color dodge that. Yes, I do. And yes, I really like that series too. I forgot about that one. You love spiders? Seriously, Laura. And go back here to the background that we labeled dark skies. And I'm going to throw in some shadows, that fog back behind that horse. Like so. I think we're done. I'm going to take out one thing. Hold on, I'm going to be in the white sketch. Yeah. I'm done. Let's go ahead. Oh, yeah, I didn't do that. There you go. One ghost. I love her. So, tomorrow, thank you so much, Marianne. Tomorrow, birthday, Halloween special, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right here, I'll have the link up in my Facebook page. Subscribe to my channel here. Let's see what else. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. Join me on Patreon. You'll find the link. I'll post it. Click here and join me for Rhodey, the zombie squirrel. What will he be up to next? Thank you so much for joining with me. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And you guys are awesome. So till tomorrow, bye for now.